Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Warhammer battle. This is going to be a 3v3 and actually a re-record. I uploaded this a day ago, but unfortunately the audio levels were all out of whack, so I had to re-record it. So here we are. We're going to make a single pass through this one because it's kind of a long fight. I'll try to incorporate some cinematic views while also talking here and there about the actual battle of what's going on. But again, this is a 3v3, so we got the Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos, and me as the Vampire Counts versus the Empire, Dwarves, and Wood Elves all kind of mixed over here. So let's just go down the line. There's a lot of units in this battle. 2 Cynagors with great weapons. We have, I think, 4 or 5 Gore Herds in here for the Beastmen, 2 normal Minotaurs, 3 Ungor Raiders being led by Morgor of the Shadowgate. We have 2 Bestigors and then 2 Puppies over here. For the Warriors of Chaos, we have 3 Hell Cannons, 4 Chosen with great weapons being led by a Chaos Lord. And then for me, we have a front line of all Skeletal Warriors, the Claw of Nagash, Manfred von Karstein on a Flying Hellsteed, 3 Graveguard, 2 of which are great weapons, 2 Vargeist, and a Vargulf. For the Empire, we've got Demigryph Knights with halberds. We got 2 spears. Yeah, 2 spears, 2 flagellants, 2 great swords, 2 gunners, including the silver bullets, Jade Wizard, and a light wizard. Hammer of the Witches, which is already being hit by the Hell Cannon. Carl Franz, and then I think that's it for them. For the Wood Elf and the Dwarf player, they are all mixed in together. So we got a Glade Lord, a front line of Dwarven Warriors. These spear icons are Eternal Guard marching up. We have a couple of Handgunners, Uthar's Raiders, Miners at the end, Gyrocopters with Brimstone Guns, 2 Wildwood Rangers, I believe, 1 on each flank, yep, 3 Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, 2 War Dancers with Azrai Spears, a Spell Singer of Life. We also have the Dragonback Slayers, the Grumbling Guard, I think there's like a Grudge Thrower somewhere. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, it's right in front of my face. The Goblobber right there. And again, those armies are kind of mixed in together. Alright. 3v3, so many units. So, it's going to take a while, but the Beastman player is going to eventually move their forces kind of like this and attack up the hill like this. I'm going to have to engage against some of the Empire player and all of the Dwarf and Wood Elf player as well. Just because of how they were positioned. You can see artillery flying. Hammer of the Witches has already been destroyed by the 3 Hell Cannons, which is kind of nuts. We got the Handgunners getting into position here, firing into, right now, my Skeletal Spearmen, and maybe into these Chosen. Demigryph Knights choose to charge right into these Chosen, and they are going to disengage, and then they're going to re-engage later. I'm keeping my Vargulf and my Vargeist over here well away from the encroaching Wood Elf army, and also away from Carl Franz, because I don't want to really engage him in melee. So again, my skeletal line is going to have to hold off the Dwarves, some of the Empire, and the Wood Elf. My Graveguard line is eventually going to kind of withdraw because I'm going to want to try and protect these 3 Hell Cannons as long as I can. My Vargulf is not going to engage for a while. My Vargeist is not going to engage for a while. Demigryph Knights here against these Chaos Puppies. And I think these Chosen go back in here, and then the Beastman player, which still really hasn't even moved. I didn't even notice that. But again, they eventually do move. But holy shit, they're taking their time. And here we are. We're going to be, I think, netted? Are we getting netted here? Yeah, we're getting netted by the Light Wizard. The Glade Lord is going to net my Claw of Nagash with the Prey of Anathrema and start focusing down with the Glade Guard, which are going across the map. And again, we're going to just do a single pass here, so let's do some cinematic views. As Carl Franz is in with some of my Skeletal Warriors, this is where my Claw of Nagash is going to get netted. And again, I'm kind of dealing with a lot of the enemy forces here. And they're trying to focus down my Claw of Nagash really quickly. And right now, I'm just kind of like, damn, this sucks, because I'm being focused down by 3 people. Well, 2.5. But finally we get the Claw out of there, but it is almost dead, getting hit by also the Gyrocopters with Brimstone Guns. And this is when I'm going to try and withdraw my Graveguard. I'm trying to pull these enemy forces closer to the Beastmen, which is finally getting their ass in gear and going to come over here and help me and the Warriors of Chaos against these Empire and everybody else. Right now, I'm casting Invocation on the Heck on the Claw of Nagash to try and keep it up. And I am now, for quite a long time, Manfred's going to be chased by Carl Franz for a long time. I'm going to be flying around in circles, casting Invocations of Nehek here and there, and then eventually raise dead on the Glade Guard, which are going to be coming up to about this position. They're going to be holding up around there, so I'm going to be casting some zombies there soon. Just telling this right now because I'm going to go back into cinematic view. As you see, the Skeletal Warrior line is just getting massacred. Also, we had Wild Riders. Sorry, I forgot to include them. They were tucked in the back of the deployment, but there they are right there. Wild Riders are going to go take a wide angle, and they're going to try and hit the Hell Cannons, but they are going to be fighting some Chaos Warriors Warrior or Chaos Chosen here soon as well. Vargulf was down here helping destroy the Royal Altar of Griffiths with those Chosen, and now my Vargeist are going to be coming over here. Actually, they already did. My Vargeist sniped these handgunners, and now they're going to be going up against the Goblobber, and then I'm going to send them back over here at the top of the mountain to fight as well. And then the Beastman is also going to be engaging here and coming up the mountain this way. Go back to cinematic view. But yeah, Manfred's going to be chased for quite a while by Karl Franz. After I'm going to get caught here. And you're going to see me. I'm going to be microing Manfred for quite some time. As I'm also trying to micro the Claw and Nagash to make sure it doesn't get focused down by those Blade Guard, because they are doing a good job of keeping it pressured. And all I have left for my melee forces are the Grave Guard that are mixed in here with these Minotaurs and the Chosen. But the Hell Cannons are still untouched, and the job is to keep those safe. And so far, we're doing a good job of it. So you see the enemy Ethereal Lord there in our Grave Guard. Claw Nagash is way back here because I'm trying to get it regenerated and safely out of range of the enemy's, well, archers. And the Beastman player is mostly engaged with the Dwarf player further down the hill. Yeah, you can see some more Chosen down here as well. Centaurs will eventually get into the combat. I'm not entirely sure who they attack. My Vargeist should be coming up. There they go. So we destroyed the Goblobber, and now we're looking for a way in on the squishy targets. Right now we're going to be targeting the Uthar's Raiders, I think, pretty soon. And I'm going to start summoning some zombies on these Glade Guard. Now, what's they're doing really well is that I can't really just directly assault the Glade Guard with my Vargeist right now because they are surrounded by, like, there's some Dwarf units, I think, still around here somewhere. But there are still, like, most of the Wood Elf infantry is guarding the Glade Guard. So I can't just dive bomb them in with the Vargeist. But we are, again, going to go for these Uthar Raiders who are kind of on the fringe of this formation. And then I'm going to, when we summon some zombies up here, I'll eventually throw in the Vargeist over there. But yeah, you can take a look at all of the health bars. The Dwarves taking kind of a beating. The Empire has taken a real beating. Karl Franz is near death. We're going to summon a Spirit Leech on him relatively soon. Vargulf is now going to start getting into action, and the Claw of Nagash is embedded in the middle of this formation, and it's sitting at about half health, which is why I threw it back in there. And then the Centaurs are... where are they going? I can't remember where they're going to go, but they'll go into action here soon. Now let's get back into it. I guess we targeted the Thunderers first, but we do go for these Uthar Raiders at some point. I think this is when I'm going to start summoning some zombies as we fly over. There we go. Because those Glade Guard are giving us such a problem. Like, they are really, really giving it to us. So I needed to silence them. Hell Cannons still protected. The Wild Riders didn't make a charge for it, but they were blocked by the Chosen. And so the Hell Cannons are still fine. Give you another look at what's going on. We got Vargeist now embedded with these Glade Guards since I had the zombies summoned in there. And some of the Wood Elf forces have gone to reinforce the Dwarf Warrior against these Beastmen. So it let the Glade Guard kind of vulnerable, or at least more vulnerable than they were. So that's why I dove them with those Vargeists. Uthar's Raiders at this point, I think, took a heavy beating by one of my Vargeists. I can't remember where they are, if they're dead or if they're not. I know we definitely hit them by now, so I think they're either routing or they are back, but with very low hit points. We got Grumbling Guard fighting against the Beskor Herd over here, kind of equally doing damage to each other. But yeah, the important thing is Hell Cannon's still operational. Puppy's going in there to assist the Claw and the Gash, which has really no more regeneration left. But luckily we have shut down the Glade Guard because they are now routing at this point due to the Vargeist and these zombies. And Carfron's is now dead, by the way. I ran interference with one of my Vargeist group and hit him with a Spirit Leech, and he is now dead. Right now, for some reason, I let the puppy get engaged by the Slayers and some Wildwood Rangers, so we are running him the hell out because he took a ton of damage. So we're going to try and withdraw him at this point over and around, I believe, and eventually run him over here to assist the Minotaurs against what remains of the Dwarf Warriors on this side. And the Glade Guard we are now chasing with Manfred and the Vargeist because those were, again, causing me a lot of problems. But we're going to be pulling back Manfred over into this area soon. But the thing is, he's kind of close to death, so I can't really risk running him into melee and getting him killed. So that's why I'm just kind of out on the fringes with him right now, killing those Glade Guard. But here comes the puppy that was being chased by those Slayers, who are still chasing him. And then the Dwarf Heroes over here, I think, are also going to be coming over there. You can see the Rune Lord coming over here to assist against the pocket of Beastmen that are still here. I'm going to be getting the Claw and the Gash over here as well, which is very, very close to death. It's still alive. You see it over there. And Hell Cannon is still being protected by some Chaos Warriors and Ungor Raiders over there. And there comes back Manfred. Puppy just going to town. I think at this point one of my Vargeist groups are dead and the other one has like 3 left. So my army right now is very small. We have Manfred, we have an almost dead Claw and a Gash, the puppy, and then a very small group of Vargeist left. All my Grave Guard are long dead in a battle that happened over there. And right now this pack of Gore and Bestigore I think are going to rout because of the Ethereal Lord with his Fear and Terror here very soon. We have some Chaos Spawn summoned by Morgor fighting against, I think, Wood Elves and Dwarves over here. Yeah, we still got some Eternal Guard and Dwarf Warriors over here being rear charged by the Centaurs. Chaos Chosen still alive. And now we have Dwarf Warriors coming back from routing and they're going to be assaulting the Hell Cannon, so I'm going to throw in Manfred. We're going to disengage the puppy and the Claw and the Gash because it is also dead, and all of our allies in this area are currently retreating again due to being caused by Fear and Terror and low leadership. So we're just going like, well, we got to go. I can't risk the puppy and the Claw and the Gash. So we're all just going to kind of go over here against the Dwarf Warriors, give us some more time to regenerate the puppy's health and Manfred. Or at least regenerate our win some magic, I should say. And this Claw and the Gash, 573 hit points left, still in it. From the very beginning, was targeted hardcore, but it's still alive. And then there's my one Vargeist group left. So it's getting down to the wire here. Uthar's Raiders have now come back. You can see how much damage we dealt to them with the Vargeist. But yeah, the Hell Cannon's still popping shots, still going at it. But we got the Dwarf core, the Heroes, and the Rune Lord over here routing off these Bestigores. We have some Dragonback Slayers and Dwarf Warriors, I think, as well, killing off the remaining Centaurs. But here then comes Morgor. It is a really close fight. And again, there go those Bestigores. And again, I'm just rolling in a pack right now. I don't really want to separate my forces. But they don't have many things left. They got these gyrocopters with no ammo. We're right now trying to get their Glade Lord with our what remains of our forces. And all that's left over here are going to be the Dwarf Heroes and Leaders. And of course the Glade Lord. Running some zombies over here. Beastmen have now come back from routing, and the enemy player has a couple Glade Guards still left, but most of the melee force at this point is shattered or been destroyed. Claw and the Gash still alive! Still alive! Crumbling, but still alive. And then the enemy is going to shatter. This thing had 107 hit points left. I would not let that Claw and a Gash die. And now we just got to take out the Ethereal Lord. But I think they leave the game at that point. So yeah. Whew. It looked pretty brutal for me, especially in the beginning, since I lost, you know, most of my army because I was fighting 2.5 players. So I was a little worried, but the very important units, these units, remained alive long enough to deal some damage, as you can see there. Manfred didn't get to do much damage on his own, but he did summon those zombies, which is really all you need. And Invocations of Nehek. I did equip him with the Winds of Death, but I was being chased by Carl for so long that I couldn't really stay in one spot long enough to line up a good one. And there were some opportunities, but if I did, I could have died. And by the time we killed Carl, at that point, there really wasn't any pockets left that was Winds of Death able. Winds Deathable? I don't. That's not a word. So yeah, we didn't even get to do that, but he did have it. For the Chaos player, a lot of good kills on the Chosen, as to be expected. The Hell Cannons got a lot of work done. They were never silenced, which is great. And they even silenced that Hammer of the Witches in the very beginning, which is also great. Chaos Lord, 60 kills is great. And for the Beastman player, Goreherds did great. Ungors did pretty good. Minotaurs did good, and Centigores for the most part did good. For the Empire player, some Great Swords did some damage. Again, their Hammer got shut down. The Handgunners got shut down by, I think, Hell Cannons and my Vargeists. So most of their army didn't really get to do too much, though Carl almost did kill Manfred. Then for Bean, they fared a little bit better. Gyrocopter managed to shoot all of its rounds, which is always a great thing. And they got a decent amount of kills across the board, especially for King Lun Ironhammer. And then for the Wood Elf player, almost sniped my Claw and Nagash a couple times. So that was very stressing. But besides that, still did a lot of good damage around, I think, all equally to all three of our armies. And, geez, 100 kills in these Wildwood Rangers is really good. But yeah, so good game again to Sean, Frank, Kevin, Bean, and John of Gaunt. And again, we're just going to do that one pass because this is kind of a longer game. So hope you enjoyed the battle. And I will see you all next time. I almost said let's go watch the cinematic view, but we're not doing that this time because we just did. So again, yeah, have a good day, everybody. Take care.